break us down. We still had our thing. It's in the last 20, 30 years that they've been able to break us in ways they weren't able to break us during slavery. They break us here. In slavery, they were breaking our bodies. But in the contemporary time, they're breaking our spirits.
Do you believe illiteracy is being weaponized in America today?
Oh, absolutely. I believe that illiteracy is being weaponized because if you can deny a child access to education, which means you deny him access to the training and the tooling that would allow him to find employment or to open a business of his own, or to be able to join a corporate structure and make a living for their family, then you have created, you have created an underclass, a permanent underclass, which you then can control. And what you've put in place for the underclass is a penal system. And so whether they're in the prison itself or they're out on parole, they're still under your control and manipulation. And you're making money off of them, both in the prison and out of prison. Your population is employed as the judge, as the lawyer, as the policeman, as the probation officer, as the correction officer, as the nutritionist in the prison. You make the uniform for the guards. You have a whole industry around an impoverished population. So it is economically good for you to keep people impoverished, while at the same time you're controlling the competition to your group.
I was just about to go there first. So it's not really the analyzing with the literacy thing, right? One, you're limited to the information you can get.
Right.
It's either your peers or what you get through media, right?
And so what does literacy do is help you to control who could compete with you for running the society, for improving the society. And if you go back through the history of North America, just North America, we won't even go to the Caribbean and England where we live. No, and you will see that 70% of the invention,
it's just a few minutes,
to 75%, and I'm being honest, that has created the technocracy that we live in comes from African people.
Hi, I'm Sherry. What's long?
We know that was Professor James Smalls. That was our brother James Smalls.
African population. What if that was a free population?
Literacy has been used as a weapon to keep Black people as a permanent underclass. And this is part 5. But, it's only 8 minutes long. They kind of easier where you can, listen to it. But I like longer stuff.
Population.
I don't mind long videos.
75% of the inventions that make your technocracy works. Okay. From the touchtone phone to the mobile phone to the laptop computer to the internet, video games, and it goes on and on. To the probe that you sent to Mars, to the mathematics that allows you to first go into space and to do the moon landing. All of that technology comes from African people.
Everything.
An oppressed African population, not free to learn and study and express themselves literately in the world.
Or get funding.
Yes.
That's the next thing.
Or get any sort of funding of significance, except where you wanted to use us. Now, what if that population was as free as the white population? We would dominate the world. And so it's to the advantage of the so-called ruling elite Europeans to make sure that the African population, and this isn't just in America, but worldwide, is kept illiterate and educationally immature and technically deprived, so that you do not become a competition in the marketplace of the world with them.
Yeah. I feel that constant, that I help people observe that, and they start to internalize that they're incapable of doing it due to the barriers that's there.
No, absolutely. I think you mentioned something that people rise to their expectations. And if you lowering person's expectation constantly, they will only rise as high as the expectation allow them to create possibilities for themselves. You know, and that's planned, that's constructed. There was a meeting in America back in the late 1800s, led by former President Rutherford B. Hayes, working for, I think, the Presbyterian Church in upstate New York. What's the name of the place? It was called not the Mohawk. The Mohawk. It was an upstate place, New York, where they had this educational conference on how to educate the Black population in America now that slavery is over. Mohawk was called the Mohawk Educational Conference. Yeah. And Rutherford B. Hayes, the same guy that betrayed us by moving the troops out of the South, is no longer the president. He's now heading that committee. And so much of what ends up being taught in Black schools or being taught to Black kids in white schools was decided at the Mohawk Educational Conference headed by Rutherford B. Hayes, who was the guy that pulled the federal troops out of the South and allowed the Ku Klux Klan to take over under the guise, or allowed the Confederate Army to take over the South under the guise of the Ku Klux Klan. Because the Ku Klux Klan was the Confederate Army. Okay? They just switched uniforms, you know? And that same Rutherford B. Hayes headed the Mohawk Educational Conference in upstate New York, which was the Mohawk Educational Conference on the education of the Negro.
I know you did a lot of work with brothers over the years, right? Because you've been around for a long time. What advice would you give to older brothers who struggle with reading but have that shame or insecurity about learning to read?
I would say reading is one of the most beautiful crafts you can have.
It is.
And you can learn to read at any age.
Yes.
And it just takes practice. Just do it. Don't be ashamed because somebody denied you that access. You didn't just not read. Now free yourself. Reading will help you to dream. Reading will give you visions. Reading will help you to see yourself in greater spaces. You know, and so I would tell brothers, and I know a lot of brothers who don't read, and they are ashamed. They don't even want to tell you they can't read. And I'm saying, practice. Just like you would take a 6-year-old kid or a 5-year-old kid, get the same books that we use, and you find you will learn much faster as an adult than you did as a child.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised. And you'll be surprised how beautiful you will feel when you can listen to the minds of other men and women, because that's all a book is. A book is the minds of other men and women, and you hear their point of view on something, which helps to expand your point of view on the same thing. So reading is one of those beautiful things. Yes, someone may have denied you the opportunity, but you can learn to read at any age. Matter of fact, yesterday on TV, they had a group of women elders who were just graduating high school. They were all in their 80s and 90s.
Wow.
Okay. And they had on their cap and their gowns and they were getting their diplomas. It was just on Channel 12 yesterday. So people are doing it. And so you can do it. Any brother, any sister.
That is so commendable.
Almost, it was just on
that
Channel
they
12
got that
yesterday.
age to 80s and 90s and still got their diplomas. Because I can't say that I would have at that age. Ooh, have you learned something true today? I like to leave something good on my screen right there because, you know, when I try to use my computer, you know, the streaming, it always be skipping and buffering and stuff like that. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to come on because I would cause myself doing some deep studying. And I've been learning about the 200 Black cities and towns that were flooded and destroyed. Honey, you think we walking on our ancestors? They out there swimming, skiing on them over whole Black towns and Black cities. Yeah, so, you know, I've been just doing my research and stuff, but I did say today I want to go on and finish this book. So we're going to read a little bit more of it. Some racial violence in the United States, you know, at least a chapter, you know, these some pretty lengthy chapters. But hopefully it ain't that long. You know, it's gonna take a few more days, I suppose, to get done. Yeah, this won't be bad at all. Yeah, it look like maybe 5 pages. And yeah, cause this right here, this part right here of of our of this multiversity, cause the ancestor did say for all of us, if you done already got yourself situated, you got your name and stuff, you already situated, just go ahead and just add multiversity in there, multi-university, because we have our own curriculums to teach our own children and each other. And it's a little bit more advanced because we teach it from a spiritual level now. We upgrading, we evolving our lessons, our life, our curriculums, our names, our greetings. You see, we evolving everything the way we breathe, the things we got to correct. We just finna upgrade them. Just look at it like that. We just finna upgrade them. Everybody want to upgrade stuff. You're going to upgrade your car. You're going to upgrade your wardrobe. You're going to upgrade your, everything. Yeah, that's why we see everybody, they always got the new. Everybody always got the new outfit, the new shoes, the new phone, the new wig, So, yeah, we got to just upgrade the things that really matter now for us as Black Americans and stuff. So, yeah, I was doing my little research and stuff, honey. And I do my best research and stuff at night. I see in the daytime and stuff, I'll take time and stuff, and be doing other things because I multitask anyway. I've been listening to Dr. Ray Hagan. Oh, honey, I learned some more. I like to get down with my markers and stuff, and write what he's been saying. And, honey, yeah, I got some more verses for when we do get the Bible and stuff because, all of this is tying in together. And religion, y'all, is the main tool that's being used. All of y'all, I know I have said that, hey, keep your religion and your deity, your higher power, because I know my people, we need hope. Now, I'm beginning to see this more than anybody, and I'm not going to doubt it. I don't care how long it's been. Can't nobody tell me all Black America should be all right now. Black America, y'all just always want to complain shit because I'm not trying to hear that bullshit when I know how bad we've been broken. And everybody telling it, everybody saying it. White America, go ahead and listen to it and stuff, and they'll keep that a secret too. Don't tell what we did and don't tell how bad they hurting. They'll keep everything a secret like they've been doing. But it's been exposed now. And I'm so glad that I caught wind of it, that I know what's going on. Yep, I sure am, honey, because I don't want to live my whole life not never knowing nothing, not learning nothing about my people. Just always in that illusion. And all of them, in the midst of all this madness, maim and murder, genocide that's around us. I mean, come on now, it's only so much bliss in this ignorant shit anyway. Hell, I ain't had no fun like that. I know some of us done had a whole lot of fun ignoring our people and history. Yeah, I got my clothes. Got me some clothes and just some water. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on so I could read some more of this right here because I'm still processing it too. Yep, I'm still processing it too. And, it ain't going to happen overnight for me. It ain't. It's white people and it's them forcing their religion on us. Dumbing us down, misleading us, misteaching us, have wasted our entire integration with them. They have just threw it in the mud. You know how hard it took us, our ancestors, to get us out the mud. And then they keep putting us right back in the mud and stuff. That's where white America want to keep us at. And they're using religion to do it. So, yeah, I'm Face the Nation. We're on Bolden Unchained. We're here to assist Black America and Black media with the uncovering of the many vendors, events, projects, operations, codes, plans, laws, acts, bills, what is it? Oh, I read about meritorious manumission. We read about that today? Meritorious manumission. Honey, why I thought that was something good. And that wasn't nothing but Black people snitching on Black people. Going to tell the masters that Black people was escaping They planning an escape. They planning a revolt. Black people went and stole this. Anything to get their freedom. That's what black people doing. They call it meritorious manumission. Yeah, but honey, anyway, so many memorandums, experiments, studies, courses, laws, acts, codes against Black American stuff. And I'm here to help Black media. Wake up Black America. Somebody got to wake us up. So I'm on Black media side. I'm on Black America side. Yep, I sure am. I'm here to help expose it all, and we're going to condemn it. We ain't here to forgive nothing. That's not we right here. Sister is over there. You go sit over there with sister if you're trying to forgive anything that's been done to my ancestors. Now, that's why I draw the line there, because I done did enough forgiving. I got my personal freedom. I can speak about this however I want to speak about it. And anybody got a problem with it, take your ass on somewhere else. If you ain't got the testicular fortitude, yeah, my language getting big since I've been reading. But that's what Farrakhan said. If you ain't got the testicular fortitude, go somewhere else where you do get that small size testicular fortitude, because it's going to take some big ones right here. Ain't no forgiving for white folks at all. Ain't even no mercy for white folks at all. Because I'm going to tell you something, Black America. We've been standing in the way of judgment for everything white folks done did. That's the only curse we under. Being up under white America won't get our asses away from white America. White America been having this debt to pay right here. Honey, they've been having this debt to pay. It ain't even a price that can make up for this right here. And then they still refuse to repent and repay. We better get out the way. We better get out the way, because, see, we too traumatized to do anything. Take your broken asses and sit over there, because the cosmos got some work to do. The vengeance belongs to our ancestors, y'all. We ain't got time to be playing about this no more. I know y'all say, oh, vengeance belongs to the Lord. Vengeance belongs to my ancestors. Now, we can go back and forth about this all you want to. But I got my belief, and you got yours. If you think vengeance belongs to the Lord, then you supposed to be over there with sister. Because she the one that's religious, not me. I'm spiritual. Everything I got right here is going to my ancestors. All my love, all my benefit of the doubt, all my faith, my hope, my forgiveness, my mercy is going to my ancestors. So, yeah, you need to go ahead and get on up out of here. Yep, you need to go ahead and get on up out of here. Ooh, honey, I don't need to be calling nobody, because it ain't even that here. Sure ain't. Ain't no mercy here. Spared right here. Not with what I'm learning. It's 200 towns, y'all. I ain't even got but to number, what I get to number 30? Number 30. Number 33. Yes. Oh, I might read some of them off to you, but I was hoping to wait till I finished, but I couldn't even write fast enough. I don't want no print machine. I'm going to get one though. But I don't want no print. I like to write it out. I love to do work and learning about what I need to know about my people. See, it's gratifying for us. It uplifts you. It lets you know. Now you know all that power you've been feeling in you, but you've been thinking it's just, oh, you just having a good day. No, that's all your power, all your gifts speaking to you, Black America. Yeah, been telling us, been nudging us for the longest. We got to pay attention to it now, because it's more important than ever right now. Everything we got, honey, we're going to need it for tomorrow. I don't care what it is. Everything we got, we're going to need it for tomorrow, because we ain't got nothing going into this new world order. These people got so many arrows in our back and stuff. I'm about mad at every motherfucker. I'm about mad at everybody, because how you going to sit up there and you don't let them pass this law, that act, this bill, that code, that, memorandum. Then they got that project, that agenda, that event. What the hell? When does it stop? Why have all our people sit up there and then set up there in them high positions? Dr. Claude Anderson, I believe he said it was like 9,000. Maybe I could be wrong. I was reading somebody else, but because I do a lot of reading. I don't care if it's 900 people that we got sitting up there on that political vulture. How dare you let all of this bullshit pass by you and still stay up there and sit at the round table? I mean, how? how can we just do these things and sleep okay with it, knowing what the target is? I don't know. I'm trying to process it. But like Corbett said, our brother Augustus Corbett, the civil rights lawyer, Defiant Lawyers Network, it's only been 3 weeks. It ain't been but 3 weeks. And already, yep, we still ain't wrapped our head around it, that we got to work together. We got to work together. We got to call this out, get our asses away from that. Everything that's finna happen is finna happen for a reason, Black America. So now we ain't got no choice. This is by force that we do for each other now. Yep. So this is by force right now that we do for each other. We can't be worried about everybody else and stuff. You're going to have to decide whose side you on, whose loyalty. You know, where do you stand there with your loyalty? And yeah, it's going to be tough for some of y'all because we done got married. We done got babies. We done mingled, married, got businesses and little corporations and stuff. You know, we done built up some legacies with everybody. And, you know, now we gotta decide what's more important. Do I got the balls to play Dick Gregory knowing Sabrina finna walk in the house in a minute now? I don't know. You're going to have to ask yourself if you got the strength to do that. Hell, she been telling you, hell, your whole marriage together and stuff, that shit, she'll throw your ass to her family. Let them take your eyeballs, your heart, like the woman did and Get Out. Now, see if you want to sit there and still stay in that situation, knowing what you know now, because I know I ain't the only one that's been feeling this shift going on. I sure ain't, honey. But see, that's because it's spiritual now. The cosmos is in it now. Black people, we need to get out the way and let what's going to happen because of this. Let it happen. We need to let it happen. Go ahead and find out where you and yours stand at. Because don't you keep your ass with Sabrina and go over there with the family, with the clan, and the shit finna hit the fan. Because everybody got to pay now. Sabrina got to pay too. Sabrina didn't do right by you, my brother. No, Sabrina was supposed to be with you and your people. Y'all was supposed to be teaching y'all kids to, hey, don't prolong this genetic lineage right here. Don't prolong these people that's doing vile, unmentionable, savage, ravishness. Stuff you can't even imagine. But now, see, Sabrina got you over there thinking that you all right, y'all all right, love who you gonna love and stuff, while it's prolonging their lineage. What Dr. Francis Chris Wilson said is finally clicking with me. Yes. See, you prolonging their lineage, not your own. My sister, my brother. You ain't prolonging your own lineage. You sure ain't. You gonna be wiped out in like 3 generations. You sure will. You better hope somebody stay with somebody black. Get with somebody black, them little kids you got together. Because, honey, if they start getting with white folks, any other white folks, as long as it ain't non-melanin, any of them, it's going to slowly wipe your ass right on up out of here. Yeah, you ain't going to have no lineage that look like you no more. No, your lineage going to be wiped out. The rest of us going to live on in our babies. See how that work, Black America? They done flipped everything on us. Yep, I didn't even know about reverse psychology. Diabolical shit. What that catch-22? All this manipulation. But that's what white folks do to us. And we keep ourselves in it. I was listening to Dr. Ray Higgins, and he was saying, why do we do this to ourselves? What have we done to us? You know, what have we done to us? Anthony Browder, our brother from West Side of Chicago, y'all. He's an excavator. He go in there, he dig into the archaeological tombs and stuff, looking for tombs. And he find them. And they talk to him. Yep, they talk to him and let him know where they are. So he can bring the information back to us. Because we need the true hope. Okay? We need the true hope. The righteous hope, if we're going to find any. Y'all keep calling on this dog. If we're going to call on somebody, we need to call on a cat. You know, I'm just saying, you got to get yourself out of this circle. and open your mind up. It's too much in the multiverse up there for us to still be fearful and caught in this little universe right here. Don't you want to be happy after this? In the afterlife, don't you want to be able to go as far as you can go in the afterlife? You could just zip from multiverse to multiverse. You could just, you could just be flying. But you won't trap yourself in heaven with white folks. After this experience right here. See, we ain't thinking. I know, I quit school in the 11th grade. Can you imagine if I'd have quit in the 3rd grade? I would probably be smart as hell because I wouldn't have none of that bullshit. I'm unlearning everything too. Yes, honey, I'm unlearning everything. And the more I unlearn and relearn, the more I get more upset. It take me a little bit longer to process some more because I know they done lied again. 200 black towns underwater, y'all. Is some of y'all around some of these, let me get this out the way. Is some of y'all around some of these lakes and stuff? Where I'm at, it's like 10,000 lakes. Oh, don't let me see no lakes. Well, while I'm doing this, 200 towns. But yeah, we're going to read off some of them towns and stuff, some of them lakes. See? No, I ain't got no forgiveness. I don't have no more forgiveness. Yeah, we looking through a spiritual lens because I'm spiritual. I'm all spiritual. Any forgiveness you got in your heart, we probably ain't going to be copacetic like that. We're going to be civil to each other. We love each other because I know we need hope. I know we traumatized, but that's it. I'm going to have to love you because we easy to love, but I need you to go over there with sister. Forgiving, merciful sister to white women and stuff because I need to give all I got to my people. Yes, son, I need to give every bit of what I got to my people. Yeah, I can't do it no more with y'all. I cannot do it no more with us. So yeah, we looking through a lens of a spiritual lens of loyalty, resilience, and education because we gonna learn right here. We're gonna learn right here. And you ain't gotta hold it in. When you come here, you ain't gotta hold it in. No. You let it out how you feeling about what you learning. White America done kept us hidden all this time. We don't know why we fucked up. We can't speak to each other. We can't talk to each other. You better not stare at sister too long. Now we got to let sister know, yeah, you look like, you look like Mia Jameson. Yes, you look like Marva Collins, We got to just come at each other and let each other know that we see us and we still accept us and love us and trust us. I know it's going to take a while to tell us that them wigs don't look right because we done got out of the habit of being truthful with each other. We won't tell each other, girl, that wig don't even fit your skin color. Now, why you go get that surgery done and now you blowed up like that? See, we got to tell each other the truth about some things now. We can't just keep on. I don't know what the hell y'all turning into. I swear I don't. Shit. Like y'all done bypass being like the white woman and trying to be like something all together. I don't know, all together new and stuff. But it's time to stop it. I don't care if you got to shave all of your hair off because your edges is gone and stuff. It's time to throw all that shit to the side. It's time to throw all that shit to the side because we're coming in a new world order right now. I don't care if you finna be shinier than Sophia. Them robots and the robotic dogs and shit. Be yourself. Be yourself. Get you some tattoos on your head and stuff. If that's what you like. Go ahead, get yourself dolled up. It's just hair. Some of us ain't even got hair by choice. Some of us don't have hair for other reasons and stuff. Don't let it stop you from being your greatness now. Hell, you ought to be mad about that. I know I would. If I were wearing that Kanekalon and shit, that right there, that Kanekalon, I think that's what it's called. That weave, y'all, causes cysts and liver damages. We be putting that shit, braiding it in our baby's hair, leaving it in there 3 weeks, 3 months. And it's releasing a chemical called acrylonitrile. That's what, I don't know. Acrylonitrile. Yeah, ACRYNOTRILE, some shit like that. But yeah, you're doing a disservice to you and your kids and stuff. By the time we take it out and stuff, the baby ain't but 6, 7 years old. By the time they 16, 17 years old, they already halfway need some pills. because all them chemicals and stuff that seeped in their brain and stuff, We just got to stop. We got to stop. Go back to being yourself, and use that jojoba oil and black seed oil, coconut oil and stuff on your scalp, and just massage your scalp and nourish it and try to get your follicles to regenerate. See? So the sooner you stop, then the better it'll be. My hair won't even grow long because of them perms and stuff. But that's all right here because I'm over half of 100 now. I can love me now. And we easy to love. That's what Dr. Ray Hagan said, y'all. But the copyright disclaimer under 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use. This is fair. Yeah, fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing because they know you cussing their motherfucking ass out. Yes, the same way they done did us. But see, it's all fair use. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This right here is just a little bit, it's a little bit harder to digest and process. I mean, that's because it's been nothing but a big secret. Then they got a movie talking about the greatest story ever told with Jesus. How dare us? How dare us not even consider? Me too. For 43 years, I don't think I questioned nothing. I'm just like, all right, shit, I done failed everything and everybody anyway. I'm just like, as long as my people all right. As long as my people can achieve that pinnacle, financial success and, educational success. I didn't even know about personal freedom. My people, no, I didn't even know nothing about that and stuff, honey. But now, that's all that's worthy. Ain't nothing else worthy. You ain't nothing else worthy to leave here when we leave this plane. Sure ain't, honey. I'm just here to say it, that's just how I feel and stuff. This is it. You might as well say what's on your mind, how you think, how you feel, because when we leave from here, it won't be nothing else. Yep, go on and tell it. Everything that you've been learning, you've been feeling, you knew it was yours, but you were cheated out of it. Your family was cheated out of it. Go on and tell it. Yeah, get yourself set up and tell it too. That's what this era is. Tell it all. Yeah, learn it and tell it all. Yeah. Ain't nobody finna keep white America secret with them no more. But yeah, I just wanted y'all to know I was reading about the 200 cities. I sure want to give y'all some of them too, but I'll wait till I finish it and stuff because it's a lot. Then I learned about the multiversities too, y'all. It's actually 4 types of popular multiverses. Yeah. But so it's bigger than the one way I thought. The 12 universes. Yeah, it's deeper than even I thought. But when you don't graduate high school and you ain't got that focus, you miss a whole lot of stuff. I would say now, if you're going to keep your babies in school, tell them to always study the arts and social justice and, stuff like that. Anything to do with political, economics and stuff like that. Steer them towards that stuff, I mean, yeah, they got to start, if they're going to be in there. But it's time for us to get our babies out of these schools. Yeah, it's time. Trump happening and stuff, that's by force. It's by force now. We had a choice. We could have made things a whole lot easier with Kamala. We did do our part. Now, black people, we did do our part. We had a few of us, that listened to their white brethren, and they did vote for Trump. That's who had them to do it. Yeah, they white friends, they white girlfriends and boyfriends and stuff. And, they little friends and stuff. Oh, yeah, we're going to vote for Trump and stuff. And they dumb asses. They did it. That fool and a dummy. So now Trump is in there and stuff, shit is hard for everybody. And this just the 3rd week. But we got 4 more years to go. So, yeah, just get used to, making a way for us so we could get through it and stuff. It's a whole lot, too. We're going to have to get into survival stuff and, all kind of stuff. And, yeah, but we need to know why we got to do this for us. We can't go into this hurt still. We got to heal ourselves, come out of this. And it's going to be real tough for us. But, honey, we can do it. Can you think of how free we going to feel? How free we going to be? What? Yeah, we done saving anybody and everybody. But yeah, Lord, look at this. Y'all look at this right here. Oh, let me give some love to y'all and stuff. Cause I know that's right. Cause y'all be on here with me and stuff. And I sure appreciate y'all being on here too. Cause it don't take but two of us. Me and you. And the ancestors already told me after that, hey, I got the green light. I got the green light. So I sure appreciate you here and your patience. And if at any time you gotta go, you can. Cause I'm gonna be here doing what I gotta do. I'm just trying to become consistent myself. You know, I want y'all to know, hey, I ain't here lying to you or nothing like that, honey. When I be here studying, I say I'm doing the work the best I can. And you need to also. The more you do, the more that they gonna lead you to. And it's gonna be so freeing, y'all. Yeah, your friends and family gonna be like, wow, you changed my life. You're gonna be like, well, I just told you to start your inside garden, you know. But it's things like that that's gonna inspire us. But look, what I said I wanted to say hi. Hey there, Sunflower. All right, Hank. Yep. Who is that right there? My sister. Oh, small fry. Hey there, call dog. 5G Trevor. I know, right? I sure wasn't gonna come on tonight. We are all here to face our maker. Mm-hmm. Yep. But then I was like, you know, I've been studying and stuff. I might as well come on and read and stuff because I do want to get done with this book. And then, you know, we're gonna read Lynching in Minnesota, Duluth. Sure is. Yep, that's the next book. I don't know if the ancestors want me to read from state to state or what, but they'll let me know. They'll let me know when I ain't got to read that no more because we got a good start acceleration on our healing. See, and then we can by mouth, we can be able to let each other know, yeah, my brother, hey, I'm not here to hurt you, sister. Now, I'm not going to let you hurt me either. But can we sit down and talk about Madam C.J. Walker for a minute? Can we talk about Fannie Lou Hamer? Hey, I know, I'm sick and tired too. Shit, he'll start talking about white folks here. They the problem. They the motherfucking problem. And you know it. So shit, you know, I'm just saying, I'm just giving y'all some options because I know how to talk to my people now. I sure do, honey. I think if they had a way to me, they'll be calling me. Ooh, sis, let me tell you about this right here. What you think? You know, but yeah, we got to just learn to talk to us and stuff. It's all right. But look at this right here, y'all. Oh, my ancestors. I was looking at Dr. Ray Hagen. You know, he's a psychologist and a pastor. And look at this right here. You know, I draw everything out and stuff. And I got some verses on there and stuff. Honey, he was saying this right here. You know, he got that first graph. This is another graph, y'all. I hope this resonates with y'all too. This one right here. Now, this right here, these three circles is your body, your soul, and your spirit. Now, I'm kind of confused myself right here. I'm going to have to keep doing my knowledge and stuff. Now, your body, you know, your body got 5 senses. Taste, smell, what is it? Taste, smell, hearing, sight, touch, all them good things. Your body got, you know, the 5 senses. But your soul got a will to do, you know, you got free will, you know, and you got emotion, which is soul, and you got intellect. Well, animals got a body and a soul, right? Because animals got free will. Hell, they go get that water if they want to. They don't want to go to the dentist because they know you done pulled up at the pet doctor. They gonna fight you. They don't want to go in there. They got free will if they can, you know, control it. Animals got emotions. We see animals crying and stuff for other animals and stuff. We see them showing love to other animals and stuff. Animals got intellect. Most dogs now, if you poison them, they ain't gonna eat that shit. They ain't gonna eat no raw meat. Now, if it's just a little bit off in there, you know, and it smell like it maybe not gonna hurt them, they're gonna eat it. But if you just put a whole pound of meat down there with a big old poison, they ain't gonna eat that shit. You know, animals, they got the body and the soul. The spirit, animals don't have a spirit. The only ones that have a spirit is those with an intuition, those with communion, and those with a conscience. Yes, those with a conscience. He said, who did I get this from? Dr. Ray Hagen. I didn't even write his name down on here. But I think that I'll find out because I'm going to go back to it. It's in my history. But he said that dogs don't have a conscience. because they'll eat your ass up and go on about their business. He said a lion, a tiger, a bear, whatever will eat your ass up and go on about their business because that's what they do. Who else been eating y'all asses up? Black America. Who else been eating Black America asses up? White folks. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm the last one here. Ain't no need being shy and timid about what we got to learn, what we got to face. Okay? If it's too much for you and stuff, then yeah, go over there. Go over there because it's obviously, I ain't here to spread no sugar nowhere. I don't even buy sugar like that no more. I might give you some little packs that I got in there in the kitchen. But yeah, he the one said it. Dr. Ray Hagens, he's the psychologist, not me. No, it resonates with me. Honey, I'm the one been reading. I knew it was going to be some good, some bad, and ugly to this. But I didn't know it was going to be just downright savageness, ravishness. Animals ain't got nothing on clanimals. These animals, the pets of the world, they do what they do by instinct. They do it, to survive. That's what I mean by instinct, to survive. This clanimal instinct. The pets of the world ain't got nothing on this right here. I can't forgive it. I can't. But anyway, back to this right here. He the one said it, Dr. Ray Hagens. He said melanin people have all three spiritual gifts. That we got the body, the soul, and the spirit. Animals got two of them, the body and the soul. And I guess white people got a soul too, but I don't think they really have emotion because, ain't nobody showed no emotion. John Brown showed some slight emotion. He did show emotion. He sacrificed his life and his son's lives. White abolitionists did. But, I can't say that that's emotion that caused them to do that. Maybe they were like, hell, why y'all ass get rich off of, black bodies? Maybe that's why he did it. I don't know. I would like to think he did it because, he realized that, hey, they were men and stuff. But could have been not even been an emotional prompt for why he did that. I don't know. But I always thought that, at least they could go somewhere. But then I was listening to Sister today, and then I was thinking, damn, so white folks don't have a soul or a spirit? Because look, when I started reading and I was listening to it and stuff and how I broke it down to you that the dog got the intellect, the emotion, and the will. But then we do see white people cry for each other. They don't cry for black people, So yeah, I would just say, no, they ain't got no emotion here. They ain't never showed no emotion for us. Yeah, I'm just saying shit. They ain't never showed no emotion for us. So I wouldn't even say here they got a soul, but that's just me. But then with the spirit, the intuition is when something tell you, no, if you set that fire and stuff, you soon to burn down this whole damn building right here, Or now if you start that mob to going and stuff, it's gonna be a whole massacre, a whole race ride, that would be like your intuition, With this right here, I'm just saying, did anybody ever have any intuitive thoughts or gut feelings that maybe it's not a good idea to run through the whole state and, and just lynch black people? Maybe it's not a good idea to storm every black man that's accused of a crime. Did anyone not have the intuition at any time from white folks? I'm just trying to figure it out for me. But we're going to read. And then he said communion, the spirit. See, the spirit is the only one that's got the intuition, communion, and conscience. And communion, he said, that's like worshiping. And when we in church and stuff, honey, we go all out. We doing the church dance and stuff, honey, throwing our head up and catching it and doing the church dance stuff, because we got to go all out when we in church. We do. We get that spirit in us and stuff, and hey, it's like a menace to society when the two aunties was in there and they were getting off too, wasn't it? But that's in church. But worshiping, like when you're not in church, you in your car, you at home, you in the bath, you cooking, whatever, just your daily life. Do you got a relationship with the higher power, with your higher power, with cosmic energy? That's what I call it, cosmic energy. Ain't no boxes here. But, do you have a relationship with your higher power? And we do. Black people, we do. If anybody got a relationship with the higher power, whatever his name is, it's us. Honey, I know you over there mad as hell at me sometimes. Cause yeah, I'm just like, nah, I don't know. He in the box too, you know. But hey, I'm just saying, free them too. Shit, free Yahushua and free Yahweh, the Elohim. You shouldn't have him in no box because the white man done told you that's what his name is, and done put it in a book, and then put that in a box. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, our Elohim deserve to be free. Yahushua, Yahweh, Jehovah, all of them deserve to be free. Let them out them boxes. That's all I'm saying, you know. But yeah, do you have black people, whatever his name is? I said you can have it because I know you need hope. I'm just trying to give you a little bit more. Do you got that communion with your higher power? Yes. If anybody got it, it's black people. I didn't even believe in white Jesus, but I knew I had hope. You know, yeah, if anything get that bad and stuff, honey, oh yeah, Jesus. I used to like that song, Jesus. Jesus, you know, everybody be saying, oh, what a wonderful child. You know, everybody be singing that song. That was one of my favorite songs and stuff. When I had to just get into it, you know, just to make myself be all right. Because I know I'm going to be here past 1 o'clock. But, you know, yeah, because my mama want to stay there, you know, and everybody get into it and stuff. Yeah, that was my favorite song, though. I probably was mad at everybody. Cussing everybody out in the back of my mind and stuff, shoot. But yeah, so you know, we do have communion with our higher power. I can't say that white folks do. If they do, then it ain't no strong communion. Because they communion with their God, they worshiping, obeying him. Ain't told none of them to repent and repay, to be generous. Share some of your wealth, all this money you got. You're running out here to the games and stuff, just running across the street sometimes. Going down here to the game. Yep, go just parking in that parking spot. Then get out and run down the street to the games and stuff. Share some of that wealth you done stole. So see, they ain't got no communion with the higher power. No, he said, I'm going to read more of it too, because he said, since they don't have white folks, that's all I talk about, black folks and white folks. That's the only one that's done orchestrated this huge trauma against my people. So yeah, I'm always talking about white folks. They the ones did it. Yep, black folks is my subject. I'm here for black folks. I'm here to help black folks. Yep, other folks, they done got their lick in too, because they were running up there kicking black America. You know, they were running over there signing the paper and stuff. You know, yeah, let's take whatever they got for them. You know, everybody else was in on it. But white America, the one that did it to us. And then the third one that the spirit has is a conscience. A conscience. You know, a conscience won't let you sleep at night. No, honey. Because I know, you know, when I took that one cigarette out of that pack of cigarettes at the dollar store, and I set the other pack, the rest of the pack up there, but I took that one cigarette, but I was like, oh, shit, I hope don't nobody be like, yeah, we saw you taking the cigarette out of the pack. Hell, I should have took the whole pack because you didn't throw it away, you know. But I, you know, yeah. And I thought about it and stuff, and damn, what if somebody had, you know, did something to the pack of cigarettes or something? But, you know, then I had just wanted the cigarette, so I took one of the cigarettes. But shit'll keep you up at night. Little bitty stuff that ain't nobody even thought about. The next person probably came, oh, there's a whole pack of cigarettes. Take the whole damn pack. But, you know, when you got a conscience, some things just bother you. Some things just bother you. So, yeah, that just showed that, you know, you got integrity. That's all that is. You got character. You stand for something. You know, and it might not even be much. So what? Take the whole damn pack of cigarettes, you know. Just don't go in no store stealing. None of they stuff. You know, ain't nobody gonna say nothing here. They left their whole pack of cigarettes. Take them. You know, that's how they'll be. But just don't go in their store and steal no damn cigarette lighter or some shit like that, you know. It's just different for folks. Do you have a conscience? But then, you know, it's white folks got the heaviest conscience. And it don't even bother them. No, they just as happy, honey, skipping across the beach like the sun is their very best friend and holding their hand. Like one of them sun raisers, holding their hand, urging them out there to the sand and the beach and stuff. And they act like they just sleep perfect at night. Nobody's having no nightmares, no thoughts, or no reconsiderations, no thoughts of repentance, repaying, how to right this wrong, about nothing that they've done and that they're causing. So yeah, I'm just at the point that all right then. What I'm learning right here, because yeah, animals can feel, and and they cannot want to go to the pet doctor when they know you done pulled up their hair and Miss Ratchet in there always shaving on him and cutting his nails real hard and stuff. They know they don't want to do that. They ain't gonna eat no poisonous meat if they can smell and detect that poison. And he gave some verses too. If you really want to know them, Romans 1:21, John 4:24, King James Version, Hebrews 4:12. I wrote them down on my list over there too. I sure did. Yep. And he said the word of God is really the word of truth. That's in Hebrews 4:12. When it's talking about the word of God, that's really talking about the word of truth. That's what he said. He said, because only the word of truth separates your soul and your spirit. Only the word of truth separates these two right here. Everybody got a body and can taste the food when it's too damn salty. Everybody, that they got their sight and their hearing, can hear and got the five senses. Most bodies do. But the soul and the spirit, only the truth will separate them right there. Yep. So, I was like, oh, wow, that's deep. And, I had to get my pen and paper stuff. And he said that also, this how I put in this stuff, only the children of the sun, melanin people, got the spirit to talk to God. Whoa. He said only the melanin people, children of the sun. Who did they call children of the sun? Black people. Who did the cosmos manifest? That's me. That's what I come up with. Who did the cosmos manifest? Us. So see, we the only ones that's got that spirit. We got all three of them. We got the body, the soul, and the spirit. That's what Dr. Ray Hagan said. Hey, he's a psychologist. You need to go take it up with him. It resonates with me. But anyway, he said that the intuition, conscience, and communion can only be gotten by us. White folks can't have no conscience. And when did they get it? When did they get it? And when did they put it down? Because they still teetering with this right here. I don't know if it's a fetish or their cannibal instinct. I have no idea. But it goes on and on and on. And I want to know who told who to continue this against us. Did the government tell white people? Or did white people tell the government? No, we're going to stop doing all of this to them. In that book we read, Racial Violence in Kentucky, 1865-1940. And Kentucky tried to tell white people, hey, we're going to need y'all to stop lynching them and burning them and dragging them and dismembering them and taking postcards because they were like a carnival. John Hartfield's lynching was like a carnival. I remember in my little hometown and stuff, we had a little carnival. Oh, you could see that huge roller coaster that was built by a black man. You could see that huge roller coaster all the way across our little bitty town. Wasn't but like 400 people there, but it was a real small town, a little hick town. And you could see the carnival. From way across town, you could hear the music, you could smell the popcorn and stuff and the cotton candy. And the lynchers had that festive attitude. Yep, everybody was there taking pictures, It almost seemed like vendors. People that had something to sell would be there, because white folk were just coming from everywhere, for the lynchings and stuff. And where's the conscience then? Where's the conscience for all of that? And, the descendants, like the, what is it, the ADOS, the descendants of slaves and stuff, Well, these right here are descendants of clansesters. Them clansesters, these descendants. The descendants, the young people, young white people, Caucasian people today. They are the descendants of these clansesters that murdered and slaughtered my ancestors. So see, yeah, I'm very much involved in this. Yes, honey. I do believe vengeance belongs to my ancestors. Sure do, honey, and I want them to get it. I sure do. I want every last one of them to come and get it. Matter of fact, I let all of them go out of heaven. I know we done forgave them and stuff here. I forgave them too. My first 43 years of my life, I forgave everything that happened that I knew about. Even after slavery, I knew about Emmett Till. I forgave Emmett Till too. Yeah, I sure did with white folks and stuff. I guess I thought it was, it was okay. It was a horrible thing that happened. It will never happen again. But honey, that was all a lie too. Yep, I took everything back. Yep, and told Eminem, y'all can get up and fly right on up out of heaven if you want to. Yep, you ain't even gotta bust them gates down if you don't want to. Just flap your wings and get on up out of there. Cause you in heaven. You can fly if you want to. Y'all can't make them think that they are trapped in heaven with these same people. I'm beginning to wonder, are they even people? Are they even people? I'm at the end of this right now. Our greatest contribution to us, to our people, happens at the age of 50 plus. That's what George Fraser said. Professor George Fraser said that. He said from 49 and the rest of your earlier life, you just going to live life. You're going to make your achievements. You're going to have your successes. You're going to reach your goals. You're going to live life. You're going to do trial and error. You're going to experience. You're going to win. You're going to lose. You're going to live. But he said when you reach like 50 years old, that's when you're going to start making your greatest contributions to your people, to society. Yeah, see, I ain't really got nothing for society. I do not. Everything I got is for my people now. When worst come to worst, mine come first. That's it, and that's all with me. You want to feed somebody else and stuff, they come over there, yeah, we'll feed them. You find your way over here. We will give you something to eat. But don't you just walk up over here. All because you just lingering around and stuff. No. You can't just come over here like that and then expect to be taken care of. You lose your way, you injured or hurt, then yeah, we will extend you some courtesy and some civilness and, take care of you till you get your ass back over there where you're supposed to be with your own people. Because we ain't about harming nobody. We just about our own now. White folks been doing it for the longest, and I'm going to do it for mine too. Yep, Racial Violence in the United States. That's a big-ass book, ain't it? But look how much we done read. See? And I be thinking, oh, I feel sick thinking I'm going to read this book again and stuff. Oh, it's just going to make me so mad and stuff. But look, we almost done with it, y'all. Y'all been so patient. I know it's like, dang, for real, some more. And then, Alan D. Grimshaw, he done turned the whole narrative to me like he making the black people the victims. He making the victims come off like they are the rioters, the danger, the incorruptible ones. And the whole time in this book, it ain't been nobody but white folks, white mobs, massacring and tormenting and torturing black people. And now toward the end and stuff, he want to sit there and talk like it's black folks that are the problem. So see, I got a problem with his ass too. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but yeah, I got a problem with other folks telling our stories. I sure do, And if he is still alive, if he ever see this video, just tell me if I'm right or wrong. Somebody else that's done read it, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Because it seems like everybody always flip the script and make it seem like the black man is the worst of the worst of the worst. Knowing honey Malcolm was right. When Malcolm said it ain't never been a more worse thief, murderer, rapist than the white man, he wasn't lying. I don't care what you do, black man. How hard you think you got it, and you got to go out here and harm anybody. You will never be worse, more savage, more ravishness than this man that's done did all this damage and torture to my people. Sure won't. So you might as well get yourself right, black man. Get yourself right. I don't know what y'all personal freedom gonna look like. Y'all probably just run through. I don't know. It's taking everything I got to process it right here in this seat. But black man, you need healing. And sister, we need healing too. And I don't know where you're gonna get it at. Just sit there on your platform, get your book out, read. I wouldn't advise reading this in the daytime because you got too much interaction with folks. Read something like this at night, and then you can sleep and process it all. And in the morning time, it's a beautiful day, the sun's shining and stuff, and you can kind of take a deep breath. Thank your ancestors you woke up and begin your day. But we got to start somewhere, and this is all I'm knowing what to do is to just do it. All right, so let's read. So we are on Negro-white relations in the urban North. 2 areas of high conflict potential. Didn't say 1 area, said 2 areas. High conflict potential. He better not be blaming it on black folks. That's all I know, because I'm about ready to just close this whole book up. But I ain't no quitter. I ain't no quitter no more. I done quit a whole lot of stuff. I done started stuff and quit stuff, started stuff and quit stuff. But I ain't no quitter. I'm going to finish this book too. Yeah, I'm going to finish this book. Because, when I started, I was like, damn, why I picked this heavy book next? I should have picked Lynching in Duluth first. But I don't know. Maybe this book was meant to be last since it's so thick. All right. In recent years, students of race relations have witnessed a shift in public interest in Negro-white relations. Dramatic events which followed the Supreme Court decisions of 1954 and 1956 and the more recent sit-down and freedom ride movements have drawn the attention of liberals and anti-liberals alike away from the continuing problem of Negro assimilation into the northern metropolis. Oh, that was a long sentence, wasn't it? I'm about ready to count the words in it, honey. And it looked like it was about 35. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 45 words in that one sentence. Yeah, honey. When they said put it in a book, black people won't read it. That's exactly what they meant. Yep. But we get the gist of what it was saying. Dramatic events which followed the Supreme Court decisions of 1954 and 56 and the more recent sit-down and freedom ride movements have drawn the attention of the liberals and the anti-liberals alike away from the continuing problem of Negro assimilation into the northern metropolis. So yeah, it just, switched their attention from one to the other. Yeah. So they wasn't too much, it shifted their attention away from black people getting together. That's what it means, Negro assimilation. It shifted their attention away from black people getting together into the North metropolis. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I guess they seem to sit down, and us wanting to assimilate in their businesses and stuff. Yeah, it was like, wow, we gonna let that be for now. We don't want y'all asses moving into our neighborhoods, into the northern metropolis. When black folks started moving to the north, that's what I think. When black folks started moving to the north and stuff, and northern people, were like, all right, we'll get slavery. Yeah, we're going to help free y'all and stuff. But see, that was just because they didn't want the South to get all the wealth and stuff. Because when black people started going up north, then north folk were like, oh, wait a minute now. Hold on now. Hold on, Bubble. You mean y'all going to all come up here and work here? And, then, of course, Becky was like, oh, well, when you help them, they're going to come up here and take all our jobs. And, just a whole bunch of bullshit. Wasn't nobody really just sincere about helping black folks. So, yeah, but let's read. There have been no major race riots in northern cities since 1943. Well, ain't that some shit? Is we supposed to be okay with that? That's something to be proud of? 1943? You mean you've done all this violence and savageness, this dismembering and just destructing and destroying human bodies all this time? And then there's been no major race riots in northern cities since 1943. Yeah. See how they shifted it? It seemed like white folks ain't getting no condemnation from Allen. There has been a continuing eruption of racial tensions and sporadic violence, reminding us that the work of interracial commissions and other agencies is not yet completed. Almost all of the Negro-white violence which has occurred since World War II has resulted from incidents in areas of housing and recreation. Oh, I guess they getting drunk. Recreation, when they like, socializing, getting drunk at the tavern and stuff. And in areas of housing, black people moved there and probably moved in their housing and stuff. Let's read and see. Why? Almost all of the Negro white violence, which has occurred since World War II, has resulted from incidents in the areas of housing and recreation. The following discussion of these two violence-prone areas of interaction rests on three assumptions. Grimshaw, 1961. That Negro-white conflict and Negro-white violence in the United States have resulted from real or perceived assaults upon the accommodative structure by Negroes, and not from any policy decisions, conscious or unconscious, by the leadership of either group. Okay, number 2 says that these assaults are more public and more obvious to the dominant group in some areas than in others. Thus, move-ins in housing and attempts to gain access to recreational facilities, since they are accompanied by actual contacts of large numbers of whites and Negroes, have a more public character than events which occur in areas where there's less interaction. Conveniently, these areas are also more amenable to some kinds of measurement, like that swimming pool. Remember the swimming pool that was like in the 1960s? I think it probably was in that the Twin Cities North documentary about St. Paul, Minnesota, I think. And the black kids went to the swimming pool, and the white adults poured acid into the pool. Yeah, they poured battery acid into the pool. Look it up. And it was like 1960s and stuff like that. You talking about recreational activities like that? And people would get together, and just be at the pool and stuff. But, okay, let's read. I digress. Number 3, that there is no direct relation between the level of social tension and the occurrence or non-occurrence of social violence. Thus, tension may be very high and violence not occur, or violence may occur even where tension is not high. While other factors are doubtless of importance in this apparent anomaly, the exercise of police controls appears to be most influential. Wow. And then it says housing. The present century has witnessed a mass movement of the American Negro population from the rural South to the urban North. With few exceptions, Negroes appearing in northern metropolises have confronted highly restricted residential choices. With few exceptions, Negroes appearing in northern metropolises have confronted highly restricted residential choices. Most of them have found their homes in urban slums. These black ghettos have expanded their boundaries at a pace too slow to keep up with population increases. White Americans have not welcomed Negro Americans as neighbors. Students of race relations in northern urban areas attach central importance to problems of housing. Privately supported research organizations, action agencies, and a wide variety of governmental bodies have shared an interest in housing conflicts. In those cases where housing tensions have culminated in social violence, they have shared this interest with an attentive and occasionally outraged public and press. Agencies working in the area of intergroup relations have devoted particular attention to the problem of housing integration, and there is no need to review the voluminous literature in this place. Well, I guess there you have it. They figured that they got this situated pretty good and stuff, and everybody gonna live and get along like this and stuff, but we can't. That's just forcing us into another mousetrap. That's all white folks been doing, just forcing us into mousetraps. I know if we had another chance again, y'all, we wouldn't keep ourselves around white America. We would not. But, that's just me. I don't think we should. Invasion, a sociological definition. Sociological definition. I can't even say I know what sociological means. I know what socialize means, but sociological, see, the literature. But hey, I'm here for it. Yes. If I wasn't here on this live like this right here, I'd be taking notes while I'm reading. But let's read. We ain't gonna be here all night. Stated in its simplest form, the sociological explication of the process of invasion runs as follows. Negroes, because of prejudice and because of their identifiability, are unable to utilize their economic resources to rent or buy housing that whites of similar economic status can obtain. Increasing pressure of population and housing income forces up rent and sale prices in Negro areas. The ceiling ultimately becomes so high that whites in either immediately contiguous or more remote areas are forced by the profit motive to open up units of housing to Negroes because see, it got to be too much money, so they had to open up housing to Negroes, to Black people. In part on the fear of loss of status, in part in acquiescence, in part in acquiescence to pressures from friends and relatives, and in part on a fear of declining real estate values and a loss of equity. Only for the money. Yeah, we're only rich to them so we can make more money. We can keep our luxurious lifestyle and stuff, that type of thing, I suppose. Yeah. This, along with the fact that the lower income of Negroes prevents them from spending as much on improvements and maintenance, precipitates a pattern of neighborhood deterioration. The remaining whites who are able then leave and consolidation of the neighborhood is complete. This is followed by further piling up and the neighborhood becomes saturated. Competition for available housing within the area becomes sharper. Prices are driven up and ultimately a new area is opened up and the process begins anew. Supplementing studies of the mechanics of changing occupancy patterns is a rich research literature on residential contact as a determinant of attitudes towards Negroes. Perhaps the best known are the studies on segregated and non-segregated public housing done at the Research Center for Human Relations of New York University. Kramer, in researching areas on the periphery of Chicago's Black Belt, attempted to more precisely delineate the statuses of those involved in contact. He concluded that prejudice against Negroes was least manifest where there was most and least residential contact with Negroes, and most prevalent where there was a medium amount of contact. However, some of the more spectacular cases of housing violence or near violence in recent years have occurred at the time of initial move-ins. It was in such circumstances that violence occurred in Cicero and in Trumbull Park and was threatened in Levittown, Pennsylvania. Information helpful toward understanding of Negro-white housing conflict is available in 1, careful studies in demographic and ecological processes involved in Negro residential movement, and 2, numerous investigations of the attitudinal aspects of that movement, and number 3, reports of specific instances of social racial violence arising from Negro move-ins. Unfortunately, the precise delineation, delineation, delineation of processes leading to racial violence remains unfinished. Specification of these processes necessitates the simultaneous investigation of pressure on housing, resistance to that pressure, and the interplay of pressure and resistance in the creation of social tension and violent proneness. All of that instead of holding white folks accountable for when they ass just snap out, just come out the bag. All of this right here. Oh, see the excuses, the condone, and no wonder white America is so fucking weak and timid and just cry about everything and just, willing to complain. All of this finna blow up right now as soon as white women get to crying that it's too much. Yep, and that, the 92% refuse to come back out and assist them and help them. I ain't never seen so much tantrums, It's pressure. Pressure. In an entirely free housing situation, cost per space unit of housing is determined by the size of the population to be housed, the amount of housing available to that population, and the income available to the population under consideration. Assuming a constant amount of housing available and an increase in population or increasing available income for housing, the cost per space unit of housing will increase. Assuming a constant amount of total space available. Assuming a constant amount of total space available for an increasing population with constant per capita housing income, fragmentation of dwelling units will follow. An approximation of the pressure on housing can be obtained by multiplying the population by its per capita expenditure on housing for some time unit and dividing this figure by the product of housing space units times cost per unit. Statement of this rough index as a relative can be done by dividing total housing income by total housing costs. An excess of housing income would create pressure on housing. The artificial restrictions on the housing market, which are a characteristic of segregated housing, prevent the free operation of these variables in determining pressure on housing. Given a restricted amount of available housing and a fairly constant per capita income available for housing, a rising Negro population will create pressure on housing. This pressure is temporarily alleviated by increases in per unit costs and by fragmentation of dwelling units within the ghetto. Both these expedients have occurred in Negro housing in northern urban areas. A point is reached, however, where the cost per space unit in Negro areas is so much greater than the equivalent housing units in white areas that Negroes can no longer or refuse to increase their expenditures for housing. Wow, the secrets that people just be hiding. Yes, honey. I mean, wow, you got to tell all of this to hide a lie. Just tell the truth. Resistance. Resistance by white residents to Negro pressure on white housing is the source of social tensions, which can be productive of social violence. Resistance by white residents to Negro pressure on white housing is the source of social tensions, which can be productive of social violence. So like black people saying, hey, we need this fixed, we need that fixed, you got to come and fix this, when you going to come and fix this? And white folks saying, oh no, it's too much, all the pressure and stuff, is that what they talking about? Or black people, trying to move into their communities, one after the other, because, black people kept trying. They were making the money. The law said they could move anywhere they wanted to. It was just white folks just wasn't having it, but I don't know. Let's just read and see. Resistance by white residents. But this resistance is a result of the effective Negro pressure on white housing, itself a product of the combination of Negro pressure on Negro housing and of white pressure on white housing. Okay. Resistance is a residual factor. Its intensity can be measured only inferentially. I know that. I ain't never seen that word. Inferentially. Its intensity can be measured only inferentially. When there is high pressure on both Negro and white housing, and Negro movement into white area occurs, resistance must be relatively low. If, however, Negro pressure on housing is high and white pressure on housing is low, and no Negro in movement occurs, resistance must be high. If all other variables could be held constant, in movement of Negroes would occur in areas where A, Negro population is increasing, B, Negro capital housing income is increasing. C, Negro housing space units available decrease, as in some slum, clearance programs. You move in there here, the light switches just hanging out the wall and, roaches crawling out our light switch and stuff like that. It's a slum. But, they decrease because people just had to take them. That was all it was. Or D, that's what I think. Or D, white population is decreasing. Or E, resistance is decreasing. And white population, that just means white folks ain't moving into the slums no more. Not like they decreasing in birth, which they is, but this ain't what they're talking about. But let's read anyway. I digress, because I'm sleepy already. You too? The situation in northern urban areas has not been one in which all other variables are constant. The mass media, action agencies, both official and private, and the public attitudes of government officials all have important but unmeasurable influences on resistance. Whites may over or underestimate Negro pressures on housing, and Negroes may perceive resistance as being stronger or weaker than it is in reality. These definitions of the situation have an important but unknown influence in speeding up or slowing down changes in occupancy patterns. The cycle may be precipitated by an initial out movement of whites, followed by a rush of Negro in movement. The pressure required for move-ins may decline as aspirations of Negroes, particularly of a higher socioeconomic brackets, are raised. Similarly, Negro expectations of freedom of movement may lower the threshold of pressure required for in movement. Purchase by proxy or through the application of law may open areas far from concentrations of Negro population. These factors do influence the rate and ease of Negro movement into white areas. Nonetheless, the bulk of the essentially economic model outlined above, with the proviso that when the model doesn't work, it is the variable of white resistance with interviews. Yeah. Resistance can be expressed in a number of ways other than overt aggression and violence. Restrictive covenants and neighborhood improvement associations are defensive in nature, and until the Supreme Court declared them unenforceable by government agencies, the former constituted an elected form of legal resistance. Wow. I wonder if I could put covenants on there too, with the operations, the events, the projects, the covenants and the associations. Yeah, probably not, huh? Yeah. But restricted covenants and neighborhood improvement associations are defensive in nature, and until the Supreme Court declared them unenforceable by government agencies, the former constituted an effective form of legal resistance. Bombings, arson, vandalism, and physical assault are direct and aggressive forms of resistance. Were economically able, whites showed their dissatisfaction with the end movement of Negroes by flight from penetrated neighborhoods. Yeah, they just up and ran out. And what was that? There was one time in history, white folks up and left, and black folks moved into the houses and stuff. And they were there for a few years, and they built it up and built the land up and built the houses up and stuff, And then white folks came back and wanted their land back. And then the governor gave them their land back, and all of them black people was displaced. Yeah, it was like hundreds of them and stuff. White folks they just left all of a sudden, And yeah, when they came back and stuff, So we ain't never just been able to just sit and be, with our own. We never been able to create our own and be there. Yeah, they just always came and took whatever we had from us. Resistance, in the form of attempts at legal discrimination or violence and flight, are attributable to one or both of two causes. Many, perhaps most, northern whites have anti-Negro prejudices, but other individuals who may consider themselves liberals, or who at least feel that Negroes are deserving of rights under the Constitution, may resist or flee because of a genuine fear of economic consequences of Negro in movement. You know, even though they do feel like, yeah, Negroes do deserve their rights under the Constitution, but they still fearful of it. And when you move in and stuff, they still gonna move away. You know, that's just like what was we reading about? The governor, and he when he actually became governor, and he was telling white folks, kind of like the state of Kentucky, you know, appealed to the morality of white folks when they called that bribe, you know. And he was like, you know, as the governor and stuff, he was telling them, well, we know we're in charge of the Democratic Party. He was saying that black folks had become disillusioned with the Republican Party, so black people were moving to the Democratic Party. And he was telling his people, white folks, well, we still got the upper hand. We know, you know, black people ain't very smart when it comes to politics. We can lead them like a baby. Now, we do got to make sure now, since we are in charge, white folks, we are in charge. We do got to make sure that they do get their rights. Now, let's at least make sure they get their rights. But other than that, the chase is on. That's kind of how he did it, you know, and white folks was okay with it. When I run across it, I'll let you know and stuff, because that's what it's putting me in the mind of, you know. But I'm just saying, yeah, reading is fundamental, for real. Yeah. But other individuals who may consider themselves liberals, or who at least feel that Negroes are deserving of rights under the Constitution, may resist or flee because of a genuine fear of economic consequences of Negro in movement, moving in and stuff into their communities. That their fears may be unfounded is besides the point. They act, as do prejudiced persons, to resist or flee Negro residential movement. It is not necessary to analyze prejudice or the attributes of the prejudiced person in order to understand resistance. In the case of the individual who wishes to flee from an area undergoing invasion, whatever his reasons may be, residual community ties, or more likely, economic disability may make such flight difficult. You know, if he just can't go because he ain't got the money to move. You know, all these black people moving in here, and I want to move, but he ain't got the money to go. It could be that, you know, he got ties to the community, you know, that he can't leave and stuff. So, hey, that's what it's saying. External constraint in the form of judicial decisions has weakened the expression of resistance in discriminatory covenants. Such constraint may contribute to an increase of social tension. The presence of individuals in a neighborhood who are highly prejudiced or who fear economic damage from in movement but are unable to move also contributes to sharp increases in social tension. This heightening of social tensions, if strong external constraint in the form of police power, if not present. Whoa, let me read that again, because this just happened. This heightening of social tensions, if strong external constraint in the form of police power is not present, can cause eruptions of overt social violence. Like it was in the I forgot what city it was, but the sister, they live in really close apartments. They like townhomes or something like that. And she was living next to this racist man, and she be out mowing her yard and stuff, and he was threatening her and stuff like that, and said that he was gonna kill her, you know. But he wasn't able to move when black people started moving into that community. See, but it looked like that community had already been diversified for a long time. You know, it wasn't like it just happened, you know. But yeah, I can see that happening and stuff. That's how white folks be. When they can't move nowhere, they can't go nowhere, then yeah, you know, they have to stay there. And I guess that right there, just over time, it just enrages them, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Violence. However, in many areas, changing neighborhood patterns, even in the absence of strong police control, have not increased social tensions to a point where social violence have occurred. Mayer's study of changes in the residential pattern of Russell Woods shows a sub-community in which the movement caused some flight, but also but one also in which remaining residents did not define the situation as one calling for action. And that's Mayor, Mayer, N period D period MIMEO, whatever that stands for, MIMEO. I don't guess it's memorandum. It just says MIMEO, MIMEO. This study was done for the Commission on Race and Housing. Propaganda of action agencies has come to be widespread in recent years, as represented by the movement in which residents have been encouraged to post their homes with signs reading, "Not for sale, either my house or my principles." Numerous studies have found people giving at least lip service to the principle that everyone, no matter what his creed or his race, has the right to live wherever he can afford to, provided only that he behaves properly. Individuals who are sharply anti-Negro in their attitudes may be increasingly reluctant to express their views as they perceive changes in the general climate of race relations. So, even though I can't stand black people, I don't like them. But, with the change in racial climate, and things becoming a little bit more diverse, they would be like, yeah, well, let me go on and rent to them. I'll get that money, until they decide, no, I don't even want the money and stuff, At first, for a while there, they all wanted the Section 8 because it was guaranteed money. But, they were so racist, they just wanted the guaranteed money of the Section 8, but then they wasn't coming out to fix nothing because they didn't like you anyway. But then after a while, instead, they like, yeah, we don't even want the money no more. They just rather move in the immigrants and stuff. Yeah, that's what I think. All right, let's read. Such violence as does occur may be less representative of majority community opinion than was true in the past. A study in Kansas City, Missouri, found whites resigned to an ongoing in movement with Negroes into a previously all-white residential areas. There's Community Studies Incorporated, ND. In spite of this finding, a bomb was exploded in the neighborhood. The bombing was interpreted as being the work of a fanatic, not resident in the neighborhood. That's William Grimley, Personal Communication, October the 23rd in 1957, if you want to look it up. Although individual Negro residents have occasionally been accepted, postures of resistance and considerable social tension historically have characterized the situation in most areas threatened by change in residential patterns. Even in middle-class white residential neighborhoods, where the higher cost of housing prohibits the in movement of substantial numbers of Negroes, whites' fear or expectations of such in movement are accompanied by a rise in social tension. Yeah, when white folks see you going to their communities a lot and you just shopping, they get a fear that you finna move into their communities. Yeah, I don't even know how we got this far integrated with all of this fear that white folks done had in them. I don't even know. And it must just be like, hey, it's all for the greater means. We gotta let them move in. We gotta start procreating with them so we can prolong our lineage. I don't know what it was. I really don't. I'm gonna find out though. We're gonna find out. I'm just saying, even latent fears of economic loss are encouraged by both white and colored real estate operators. The appearance of substantial Negro populations in northern urban areas has almost universally been accompanied by the appearance of improvement and protective associations. In many cases, the neighborhood press has taken a strong stand for preserving the character of a neighborhood. In every case of heightened social tension, the occurrence or non-occurrence of racial violence is dependent on the perceived or actual strength and attitude of external forces, like the police. In the actual event, this can be read as strength and attitude of the police. The importance of external police forces, like external to individuals and groups immediately involved, like the mob and black people. That's like external forces with the police coming, because they outside of that group that's fighting. Although a lot of times we read about in the book, they joined the side of white folks in the beginning and toward the middle, but now towards the end and stuff, they're making black people seem like they ought to be aggressive. In the actual event, this can be read as strength and attitude of the police. The importance of external police forces can be demonstrated by comparing situations where external constraints prevent discrimination, but where there are variations in the strength of police controls. One such example can be found in the 1942 struggle over the occupancy pattern of the Sojourner Truth Housing Project in Detroit. And that's reviewed in Grimshaw 1961. More recent examples can be found in the Cicero and Trumbull Park incidents. In both cases, Negroes moved into predominantly white areas. In both cases, there was widespread hostility to the end movement on the part of large proportions of the resident population. White folks, a lot of the white folks did not like it. Flight was not feasible for the lower middle class homeowners in these neighborhoods. Legal discrimination was not possible in the state of Illinois. The press was openly hostile. Social violence occurred in Cicero, aided and abetted by the police. Didn't I just say it? Aided and abetted by the police. Agents of local law enforcement agencies calmly observed substantial property violence and listened to threats of physical assault without taking any action. When it became obvious that the situation had gotten out of hand, National Guard troops was dispatched to the scene by the governor of Illinois. The chief of police and other city officials were later indicted for their role in the disturbances and for other alleged malfeasance in office, whatever that was. In sharp contrast, while incidents did occur at the time of the Trumbull Park move-ins, social violence was contained. Over a 5-year period, the Chicago Police Department, with a complex riot control program and under the watchful eye of the Chicago Commission on Human Relations, saturated the area with police and prevented mobs from getting out of control. Ranking Chicago police officers, while publicly stating their sympathies with white residents of the area and their antagonisms towards Negroes, at the same time insisted that the law would be upheld. Recreation. Disputes over the use of recreational facilities have twice provided the spark touching off major race riots. Was one of them Eugene Williams? One of them was in Chicago that happened. He crossed that line. And it was so hot, white folks went to the beach and black folks went to the beach. But it was the same beach. It was just real big. And so the white folks had threw a line across the middle of the beach. Black folks don't come across this line. And the black teenagers, the black boys, they were just out there swimming, and Eugene's float, it floated over the line. Yeah. Just recreation. Let's read. Disputes over the use of recreational facilities have twice provided the spark touching off major race riots. Two of the most savage interracial outbursts of the current century, the Chicago riot of 1919 and that in Detroit in 1943. Both started in public recreational facilities. Since World War II, there have been disputes over the use of swimming pools in St. Louis, Youngstown, Ohio, and Washington, D.C., and a number of other interracial conflicts have involved recreational facilities. Such facilities are scarce in all urban areas, particularly in areas of deteriorating housing and in slums. These areas may have various types of commercialized recreation, including the commonly labeled as vice, but share in common a shortage of family facilities, recreational outlets for young adults, and playside areas for groups of all ages. The pattern of Negro pressure on facilities, of white pressure on the part of members of the dominant community, closely parallels that described in housing. White folks thought it was for them. It was only for them, and they didn't want black people there. Same way with the recreation, like it was with the housing. The meaning to Negroes and to whites of first attempts at penetration, trying to get in, seem to have changed over the last 4 decades. Since World War II, it appears that Negro penetration of previously all-white recreation areas has been a self-conscious assault upon established accommodative patterns. The pattern of attack has been formalized and to an increasing extent preceded by attempts to soften up white resistance through recourse to political and more particularly legal maneuvering. Test cases have questioned the legality of segregated swimming pools, golf courses, and similar facilities when they have been supported through a tax structure imposed on whites and Negroes alike. In the North, picketing and Boy Scouts have been directed against privately owned corporations maintaining segregated facilities. In the South, this has occasionally meant that the closing of the facilities. Yeah. In the North, cities have had to purchase private recreational facilities, which have then become Negro. In Philadelphia, for example, after boycotting of the Crystal Pool, a club facility operated by a private corporation, drove attendance down, the management threatened to close the pool. It was purchased by the city and became a Negro pool until closed by other building activity. The North, in the last decade, has seen several eruptions of social violence, minor violence following integration of previously white swimming pools in St. Louis and Youngstown, and it had not been for the activities of action agencies or other police, might have developed into widespread difficulties. And had it not been for the activities of action agencies and of the police, it might have developed into more widespread difficulty, like a massacre. The usual pattern. Once initial penetration has been accomplished with or without political and legal coercion, a familiar pattern frequently occurs. The success of the initial Negroes brings others. You know, they tell everybody this, well, come on, it's all right. We went over there last Saturday, it was all right, you know. So whites panic and some flee. In many cases, the facility becomes completely Negro in its uses, because white folks just up and flee. In part, this is a result of the tremendous backlog of Negro pressure on available recreational opportunities. In part, it may be a reflection of changes in the occupancy patterns of the neighborhood in which the facility is located. It may be noted that the ecological succession can become even more complicated when early Negro users of a facility flee it as it becomes inundated with Negroes of lower socioeconomic status, as happened with the Kelly Olympic Pool in Philadelphia. See, when some blacks will see that other blacks are coming there and they're a little bit too ghetto, then they'll stop coming. Yeah, they asses won't come there no more. Violence is by no means an inevitable accompaniment of Negro penetration, nor is it true that when violence does occur, it occurs only during this stage. The report of the Chicago Commission on Race Relations, which gave considerable weight to recreational disputes as a background factor in the Chicago violence of 1919, nevertheless noted many instances of relatively peaceful integration on playgrounds, or at least of peaceful coexistence within playground facilities. The incidents on Belle Isle, which precipitated the Detroit riot of 1943, occurred at the end of the ecological cycle rather than at the beginning. Negroes were in an overwhelming majority in the throngs seeking relief from the heat. On the June Sunday, the riot started. It probably should be concluded on the basis of the variety of situations in which disputes over recreational facilities occur, that it is not solely the stage of change and composition of the population using the facility that determines whether or not violence occurs. While it is true that many of the violent incidents have occurred during the period of initial penetration, at that time, when the assault upon the accommodative pattern is most noticeable, it is the factor of external controls which is determinative of the actual eruption of social violence. I know that's deep, ain't it? Man, whoa, white folks really didn't want to share shit with us. I'm just saying. There are, in every interracial situation in any northern city, some prejudiced white people. Even individuals who do not possess anti-Negro attitudes of high intensity will probably be more comfortable in situations where discrimination, whether based on some legal fiction or on custom, segregates whites and Negroes and reduces cross-racial contacts. Yeah. In most cases of interracial contact, the tension roused in prejudiced whites by Negro assault on the accommodative structure is augmented by the anxiety of other whites who, while not actively anti-Negro, would prefer to withdraw from potentially uncomfortable situations. Uncomfortable situations. Yeah, these people, something else. The crucial factor, external controls. When contact occurs, either because of Negro pressure on available facilities or because of legal or political decisions which prevent discrimination, social tension increases. Whether or not this tension erupts is dependent on external power, like the police. Ultimately, that of police control. In the Chicago riot of 1919, a strongly anti-Negro policeman refused to take action against whites, alleged to have thrown a stone which felled the first victim of the riot, a drowned Negro boy. This refusal, in conjunction with the later attempts to arrest Negroes, caused Negroes to start the assaults which grew into the Chicago riot. In Detroit in 1943, the police was unable to contain early violence. In sharp contrast has been the successful action of the Chicago police during the last 5 or 6 years in cutting off a series of incidents in the tension-laden South Side in their beginning stages. The parallel to the housing situation is marked. The interacting pressures of the Negro and white groups on available facilities and the varied activities of the courts and of municipal administrations and action agencies are clearly important in defining the level of violence proneness. But yeah, I want to go back to this part right here because the Chicago riot of 1919 did start because of Eugene Williams. Him and the other boys, they crossed that line and he ended up on the other side where the white folks had threw that line across the water and stuff. And one of the white men threw a rock or some logs or something they were throwing at the boys. Well, one of the rocks hit Eugene in the head and he went unconscious. And one of the other boys did go get him, but he was flailing. You know how when you're drowning and stuff. And so it scared him because they both went under. So he let Eugene go and Eugene floated away and they found him and he was dead. Well, when the police came there, the police refused to arrest the white man. And see, that's how the riot started and stuff, because they wouldn't arrest the white man for killing Eugene when he threw the rock, But yeah, that's what happened. Yep, I read about the story. Eugene Williams. All right, let's read then. Clear-cut examples are again available. In Washington, D.C., the Washington Post predicted major rioting on the opening of swimming pools to Negroes in 1950. In 1949, the Secretary of the Interior had closed the pools when sporadic fighting between Negroes and white people occurred in a first attempt to desegregate the pools. In March 1950, Secretary Chapman announced that the pools will be open to all citizens during the coming summer. He added that the Department of the Interior was prepared to enforce pool regulations by police action and protection, should that be necessary. Personnel who would be involved were given training in the handling of racial tensions. Just before the pools were open, the superintendent of the Washington Metropolitan Police announced that order would be preserved, even if it required the use of every policeman on the force. No violence occurred, nor was it even necessary to station large numbers of police officers at the pool throughout the whole summer, y'all. Throughout the whole summer, all they had to do was let white folks know, hey, we're going to beat your ass. We're going to club your ass. That's simple as that, wasn't it? In 1949, the threat of violence caused the Washington swimming pools to be closed. In the same year, violence occurred when an attempt was made to desegregate pools in St. Louis, and the pools remained segregated. In St. Louis, when the pools were open to all in 1950, police planning failed to show the firmness which was exhibited in Washington. Although the pools were open, it was necessary to maintain large forces of police officers at the pools, and incidents did occur. The Washington case suggests that St. Louis might have avoided much of its difficulty by initially taking a firm stance. Another factor in recreational disputes is the purely mechanical one of sufficient numbers. To say that social violence cannot occur in a demographic vacuum is to state the obvious. The critical number of individuals in either one or both racial categories which must be present before violence can occur is unknown. That there is some minimum number is clear, and that C. Kepper's interesting and suggestive work. Oh, I think this is it right here, because this got summary. That's summing it all up. And then it says from race to riot, from race riot to sit-in, 1919 and 1960s. Yeah, I think that this last paragraph is it. All because, see, honey, the beginning of this chapter, yeah, it's about the same. And then the next one going to be strangers next door, ethnic relations in American communities. I wonder if we could start doing 2, because they only like 5 or 6 pages. Oh, shit, look, and then we'll be on part 4. For real? Hey, all right, I know that's right. Yes, honey, then we will be on part 4. Oh, my ancestors, look. That's the end of the book. That will be the end of the book. Once we read this little bit right here, and we get to that little bit right there, that's the end of the book. This right here is the bibliography. Yeah, that right there, just the bibliography. Oh, yeah, let's go on and finish this. This is all we got to do tonight. Right here, the summary. Yep, we ain't going to start from race riot to sit-in, 1919 and 1960, because my throat dry. I got some water and some clothes right here. But see, I was at the end of my clothes, and I poured it all in there. So it's got all the little bitty out of the bag in there. But yeah, let's read. We're going to sum it up now. This around the time my mama was born, 1952. Yeah. Summary. If discrimination is prevented by legal or other action, some individuals, even though prejudiced, will resign themselves to the situation. If the law says they cannot discriminate, they will not discriminate. Other individuals, however, whose prejudice or suggestibility may be higher, may become involved in extra-legal activity, which can culminate in violence. Whether or not this violence occurs depends less on the level of social tension than on the strength and posture of police forces. Okay. Whether or not this violence occurs depends less on the level of social tensions than on the strength and posture of police forces. So if it's a lot of strength and posture and the police is everywhere, then yeah, it most likely ain't going to be a whole lot of violence. Ain't going to be nothing going to pop out. But yeah, if it ain't a whole lot of police there and stuff, you know, it might be some, and there's some social tension, some shit might pop out. A crude model of Negro and white pressures on available facilities and of resulting white resistance has been suggested as a base for an understanding of housing conflicts. It has been suggested that the same model can roughly be extended to recreational disputes. Other approaches can be developed for the analysis of situations where the assault on the accommodative structure is more subtle and less public. In any case, however, this writer agrees with Weisberg. Racial violence can be prevented even where the enforcement of civil rights law involves direct attack on established patterns of racial segregation. Let me read that again. In any case, however, this writer agrees with Weisberg. What writer? Not Grimshaw. Not this writer, this book. This writer agrees with Weisberg. Racial violence can be prevented even where the enforcement of civil rights law involves direct attack on established patterns of racial segregation. The key to such successful law enforcement is decisive and informed government action. And that's Weisberg, 1951. But what happened to all of these lynchings and this mob violence, tracking black men down, hunting them down in jails? The jails in the states had to move black men, wasn't even proved to be guilty, just a made-up lie. Had to move them to other jail houses so that the mobs wouldn't go get them and lynch them. But now all of a sudden, all we need is a strong police presence. When we seen that with the one lynching, what was that, John Hartfield, the governor and the NAACP couldn't do nothing about the white mobs that was going to get his body in the jail and lynch him. And they did. They were successful. But now all of a sudden it's like, oh, the police were always there to stop these things. It just got out of hand. You know, yeah, it don't make no sense to me and stuff. Everybody's lying and trying to cover their tracks and stuff and keep white America in the feel good. But it ain't no more in the feel good for white America. They ass must, be held accountable for what they did. They got all of this right here to face. They do. They got to go within too. White folks got to do the work too. Not just us. But yeah, I'm glad we doing this. Yep, and next, y'all, we're going to read from Race Riot to Sit-In, 1919 and the 1960s. Beats me. Sit-ins from 1919 to 1960. I don't know. 1919 and the 1960s. I guess we were still trying to sit in the 1960s. I don't know, honey. We should have been got out and got away from these people, But this is our last chance right here. We better do the right thing now. Whatever you do, Black America, give yourself a chance to think. Honey, I don't think you really want to spend your whole life trapped with white folks right here on earth. And your afterlife too. Honey, well, you better than me. You is better than me, honey, and I'm going to let you do that too. But you better know, ain't nobody coming to heaven to get you. No, whoever come after me, they going to free the victims in heaven. They're not going to free all of y'all that's willing and you determined to go to heaven, what white folks said. Ain't nobody going to free you. You are going to be exception to the rule. Yeah, we friend those that were just snatched right out of life. They were just snatched out of life. The last thing they could do, they probably did, was cry and beg to Jesus Christ to come and save me, Jesus, please. Don't you see them literally shredding my body up? They were victims. So yeah, those are the ones that I said, hey, come on out of heaven. You ain't got to stay in heaven no more. Come on, Emmett, Mary Boo. Come on, George Stinney, Mary Turner, and your unborn baby. Fly on up out of there. You can come on out in anywhere in this multiverse out here. You can go over there to that multiverse if you want to. You ain't got to stay in that little bitty box called heaven with white folks, with these same people that's done did this to you. William Joseph Simmons, in this book, said that he had a spiritual vision. He didn't say white folk, but I know in my mind's eye they were white men. He just said men galloping across the sky in robed horses, robes. They had on robes. I imagine the horses had on robes too. Because I do recall seeing a video and the KKK man had on the red robe thing, and the horse did too. You know, I know it wasn't no, maybe it was like some type of deja vu or something. I don't know. Oh, but I did start looking at Birth of a Nation. And I bet you that's where I seen it at. Whenever we look at it, we're gonna peep that and see if that's it. But he said he formed a group in response to a spiritual vision. He revived the KKK. That's what he did. He formed a group in response to a spiritual vision of robed horsemen galloping in the sky. Now, who the hell, Black America? Come on, be honest with yourself. Who else is galloping across the sky on some horses? Who? You need a little bit more. Let me give you a little bit more. Followed by a map, a vision of a map of the United States. Still don't make no sense to you. Simmons established the KKK shortly after seeing Birth of a Nation and hearing news of the notorious lynching of Leo Frank right outside Atlanta. And then he watched Birth of a Nation and he had that spiritual vision and that was it. Bam. If he revived the KKK, they're in heaven too. Where you think he said they in heaven too? Galloping in the sky. Not this sky right here, this over there. On the other side of the sky. Heaven, yeah. That's where they're galloping at. So you be very sure where you want to go. You be sure where you're asking to go at. That's all I'm saying, Black America. That is all I'm saying. I ain't even got to say nothing else about it. It's on page 64. If you want to look up the Google the page of this book, Red Summer, 1919 by Cameron McWhirter. Look on page 64. Tell ChatGPT to pull up page 64. And it's going to tell you that's what he said. Them is Klansmen up there galloping across the sky on horses. It ain't no damn black men in no robes. Ain't no black men in no robes here or there. It's all white men in robes in heaven galloping across the sky. So this they Bible. He the one wrote this book. This book about white folks. It's my Bible because I'm using it. I'm studying from it. Yeah, all these are my Bibles, honey. You can keep King James Version. King James Version ain't doing me no good. But I do got my scriptures right here so we can check them out, though. But, yeah. So, you know, y'all got some thinking to do, Black America. I'm finna get ready to go anyway because I'm tired. I'm sleeping. But, yeah, y'all got some thinking to do. Where do you want to spend the rest of your life? It matters just as much as here. Are you going to stand up for what's right here on earth? You going to stand up for what's right or not? When you leave here, you going to stand up for what's right or not? Where you going when you leave here? Do you care where you going when you leave here? I know the Bible said the dead don't know they dead. That's what the Bible said, that the dead don't know they're dead, but then they said the dead bury they dead. You bury your dead. I don't know. I'm just letting us know it's something different. It's something new. And as for me, I'm going to the 12th of never. Yeah, I might, come back and forth, come down to the seventh universe up there and stuff. But, I ain't going to the first universe because that's where white folks going to be. White folks cannot. If I find out that, hey, yeah, they can go all out into the multiverse, then I'll let y'all know. Yeah, I was wrong about that too. But so far, everything else I'm learning, no, white folks cannot leave the first universe. They can't. They don't nothing in the afterlife want them out there. Don't nothing in the afterlife want white folks out there. The cosmos did not manifest white folks. The cosmos did not manifest white folks, and the cosmos do not want white folks. The cosmos manifested the black woman and the black man. That's who the cosmos want to come back to them. Yeah. So, heaven and hell is right there in that first universe on that wall. Yep. This right here is the multiverse where you can go. This right here is your religions. That's your religion. Whatever your vice is, whatever your name is, your cup, that run is over. It's right there. It can't run no more than that right there because that's where religion got your mind. Now, the rest of it is the multiverse. Hey, think about going to the fourth multiverse. Shit, I'm going as far away as I can from white folks when I leave from here. But I'm more convinced now. White folks can't come way out there. First of all, they ain't even got no spirit. They ain't got no spirit. I really don't think, I'm debating now, do they even got a soul? Shit, I done seen them cry before. Hell, anybody cry over a puppy? Dr. Joy DeGrasse said the little white baby would have cried like a baby over that puppy. She would have cried. I can see her now. She would have been so sick. Her mom would have said, she can't eat, she can't sleep. All she do is just whine like the puppy. You know how the puppy be whining and stuff. Yeah. But crying for a man, a black child, a black woman. So I'm right on the cusp. I don't think they even got a soul because they ain't never felt nothing for black folk. Why do we think they got feeling now? Emotion for us now? See, because it's something at stake now. It's even something more at stake now than it was when they had us captive. Because now they got to pull out all the stops to keep us right there. Yeah, it's just so, it's fucked up. I'm like, damn, is this the Twilight Zone that we in and stuff? But, you know, yeah, we're going to get back to it tomorrow. I do have some things to do tomorrow, so I might be a little late. But y'all do some studying and stuff and let me know what y'all find. Because I'm like, whoa, what in the hell is going on? We're in the Twilight Zone. We just got to evolve with it. It's going to be so fun, y'all. Can y'all imagine when we start using our powers and stuff as we start detoxing? So, you know, we got to detox all of this bullshit out of us and stuff now. I'm still holding on to my no smoking cigarettes. If I need one, I'll give me a single. But I ain't buying no more packs and stuff. You know, I'm doing all right with the meat. You know, my fasting ain't so good. Yeah, I think I went like 12 hours, maybe 13 hours. You know, it's easier to fast when you ain't thinking about it. You get up, get your water, and what? You gone rushing out the door, going to work and stuff. You ain't had time to eat. You've been going all day long. Then when you get home, you're so tired, you go to sleep. So when you realize it the next day, darn, I didn't even eat nothing yesterday. I maybe ate a tomato, you know. But yeah, but it's been really hard, you know. So I don't think I'm going to go 3 days. I think I'm going to try to get to 1 day, 24 hours with fasting and stuff because it's more intentional now. So maybe that's what it is and stuff. But honey, I'm looking forward to it and stuff. Can you see me in the summertime? I'm going to be outside. I know. But good night, y'all. Peace and power to the people. Yep. Thank y'all so much for your patience. Mm-hmm. Oh, honey, Anthony, get your ass out of here before I put you in timeout. Yep. Yep, everyone will get more stupid every time if you taught a class. Well, why you got your ass in here? Why you got your ass in here? Yeah, I bet you couldn't. I think I put your ass in timeout anyway. They should fear God now. There are bad people with intelligence. Oh, honey, you don't know what you got. Shit, you probably one of them white folks that ain't even got no conscience or no spirit. Yep, you sound just like you one of them. Maybe that's your family or something. Ain't got no conscience or no spirit. Y'all ass is motherfucking clanimals. I can maximize your ass now because I'm talking to you, Aunt. Y'all ass is motherfucking clanimals. You ain't got no spirit. Y'all ain't got no soul. Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all some motherfucking demons. The animals of this planet ain't got nothing on white folks. Ain't got nothing on these damn clanimals. And everything that y'all done did is got this karma coming right back to all of y'all asses. And hey, I'm just here for it. Shit, get the hell out of my way. Don't stand behind me. No, honey, do not stand behind me because you deserve it. I ain't calling it on you. You the one done called it on you. All of y'all called it on you. You thought you were going to get away. Y'all thought you were going to get away. You so mad now. I know you so mad now. That other guy is too that I blocked off here. Get y'all asses up off of here. You ain't getting no mercy. You ain't getting no forgiveness. Not here you ain't. Not about this. No, all of y'all asses, you are relegated right here forever and ever to hell. You cannot go nowhere else. You better stay your ass in hell in that first universe right there. Because if you step out into that second, third, fourth, fifth, on up universe, the multiverse, I'm tell the sun to burn all y'all asses up. Yes, I will. And I tell my people to tell it too. So you better get yourself right. Go find you some repentance and repay. Ain't nobody here to cuddle y'all asses no more. I really don't give a fuck. Take your ass to the corner then. You ain't even supposed to be here. Anthony. Yeah, Anthony, while you ain't supposed to be here. Shit, ain't none of this for your ass. It's been irritating you this whole time. But you been sitting in here like you really finna change something, like you really finna sway something. Now, honey, you finna get the total truth of it. All of y'all asses is some motherfucking clanimals. And honey, I can't deal with none of you snakes. I don't care if you the smallest, babyest green snake. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. No, and I don't want my people to have nothing to do with y'all asses. I don't care. Black folk, stop spending your money and your seed, your spirit, your soul with white folks. Have your black babies. Spend your money with black people. This is it and that's all. We ain't got no more time for white folks, for people that's sympathetic with white folks like Anthony is. No, we ain't got no more time for them and shit. Fuck y'all. Take your ass on somewhere then. Ain't nobody asked you to come up in here. You can't contribute nothing to me. You can't tell me nothing. You can take your ass on somewhere and try to tell somebody else, hey, won't you be a little light on white folks? Yeah, you don't sway nothing up in here, sir. I'm just saying, though, but peace, family. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I know till I give me some moderators, honey, I'm going to enjoy cussing every motherfucker out there come up in here, think they can tell me how to represent, love, and support my ancestors. My ancestors that they motherfucking asses done did this to. How you think you going to come up in here and tell me how to feel about Willie Brown? Let me maximize this so your ass can see it, son. Anthony. What up, Ed? How the hell you think you're going to come up in here and tell me how to feel about this right here? Huh? How? How the fuck can you even fix yourself to come up in somebody's space and tell them that how they feel, what they think is wrong with your old sorry motherfucking ass? Yeah, you better take your little bitch ass on somewhere, honey, because I will tell Willie to come and visit your ass tonight. Soon as your ass go to sleep. Yeah, John Hartfield, Maurice Mays, Jeff Brown, Jesse Thornton. I tell all them, Jim Grant, come and see your motherfucking ass, Anthony, because you need a lesson. Keep your mouth shut. Yeah, don't you forget his name is Willie Brown, y'all. I know these is our people. Can't nobody come up here and tell me a motherfucking thing. Shit, you don't own me. You don't do nothing for me. I don't need nothing y'all asses got. I'm here for one reason and one reason only. Well, two reasons. To tell my people, stay the fuck away from white folks. Stop giving them your seed and your money. Shit, have black babies. We ain't here but for two reasons. To have black babies and heal our people. That's it, and that's all. Everything else is a waste of our time. And with that right there, I'm going to get on up out of here because I got some more researching to do anyway before I rejuvenate. You know I'm going to rejuvenate. But yeah, I'm doing my research too because shit here, that's my power. My ancestors the one gave that to me. So Anthony, you kissed me. Yeah, dude. I know, right? Yep, go on and tell your mama and them, y'all better make this shit right. You better make this right. Before time run out on y'all asses. You already ain't got no mercy. But if you do right and you repent and try to repay, maybe you'll be spared. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all would be spared. At least the garden snakes. But shit, if y'all ass don't try for nothing, Anthony, y'all, then we ain't neither. I'm not. Sure ain't. Shit, fuck all of you shit.